We're dipping into the wine cellar or the wine cabinet. We're going to try some vintage port today for you. Busting out vintage port from 2011. Welcome back to Drinking It In. I am your host, Chris Casara. We are here to help you know more and drink better, and my head is not cut off in this video, which is very important. More than I could say about the cork that came out of this vintage 2011 port. One of the viewers in the channel saw this bottle in my wine closet cabinet upstairs. Saw that I had two, recommended that we should open one now, as 12 years from vintage is probably as good a time as any, and try the other one years down the road. So thank you, Nuno Vieira Peixoto. I'm sure I murdered your name. I apologize for that, but I think it was a good idea, and I thank you for suggesting it. This bottle was very dusty. The ports, when they come out, at least a vintage port, so a vintage port is not declared every year. So port, first off, is a wine that is made from mainly from red grapes, but is then fortified with brandy, I think, in most cases. So it has a different feel to it, right? And that's why it's generally a dessert wine. This particular one clocks in at 19.5% alcohol. And that fortification and the combination of the fortification and the fact that this is from a declared vintage year means that this can last forever. These things can last 50 years. So we're 12 years in. I felt like it was a good time also just to try something that was a little different. I've been drinking port. I find that when I want a dessert drink and I'm out, I've been having some port here and there, and I really enjoy it. So hopefully this will truly be an enjoyable experience. Now, the next thing I got to do is get like a proper glass, because I'm going to use the smallest wine glass I have, but I really just don't have a nice little port glass to do port justice. I'm going to pour a tiny amount in here. I'm going to give it a moment to aerate, but like I was saying, this stuff can last forever. So, and I don't have, other than this, these two mini bottles of port, I don't have any port in my collection, and it's something that I always say, oh, I got to do more of, and haven't made good on that. Maybe one year I will. Yeah, so it is dark, it is decadent, it is bold, syrupy almost. You can tell that it's going to be sweet. Let's get a little more air into this thing. So I'm getting some chocolate. I'm getting a lot of dark berries. There's like a tobacco note here. My sense is that if I just keep going, if we sat here for like 25 minutes, aside from you guys being incredibly bored, this will probably evolve quite a bit. So what I might do is follow up with a couple more tasting notes after this video is finished. Maybe I'll do them as shorts, like in following days, because I'm going to keep this in the fridge. This should be good for at least 3 days or so. Like, I shouldn't need to, guzzle this down. Yeah, caramel note is coming out now. And I want to say there's something chocolatey and plummy. So I just rattled off plums, chocolate, caramel, tobacco, blackberries, I think I said at first, and you can smell that it's got a syrupy goodness to it. I don't have the popcorn spit cup at all. If you notice, that means I'm just gonna sip this nice and slowly. Wow, it's powerful. But it's So I got a little bit of an alcohol whiff in my nose, like, because I think I inhaled a little too much. This is really powerful. There's loads of raisiny goodness, but it's not overbearing. It's not cloying. It's not, even though it is sweet, it's not sweet. It's not sugary sweet. There's a lovely sweetness to this. This is quite an experience. Yeah, chocolate covered raisins almost is what the first two things that come to mind on the palate. Damn. When you inhale, there's almost like a little bit of a menthol note. I don't recall ever getting that in any sort of port tasting before. There is a warmth to it. There's a mintiness to this. There's chocolate covered raisins and a little bit of a menthol mintiness. So all that caramel and that chocolatey sweetness, it's here. It's present, but it is so like perfectly managed. I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say. This is putting me in a good mood, which is definitely helpful right now. We're going to come back to this. Keep an eye on, follow-up videos. We'll do some shorts, maybe like a day 2 and day 3 of this port. But if you have an opportunity to secure a vintage port from like a legendary vintage, you still might be able to find some 2011s out there. Go for it, right? A full-size bottle will probably run you about $100 or so, but you might get lucky, find a little baby bottle like this. A little baby bottle, a baby bottle of port. Thank you for joining. I would encourage you to like and subscribe. Most importantly, subscribe, because 94.72% of you are not subscribed. And if you've made it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Cheers. I almost forgot. Damn. You could drink this entire bottle. You would fall over, but probably your 5th glass, you would still enjoy it as much as the first.